There was a recent update that ruined a lot of skills in Ark Raiders, and YouTubers and other content creators don't seem to recognize what was good and what was bad. A lot of people were telling me about the good as new being broken. I was talking about that way beforehand, way before everyone else, and a bunch of other things. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually maximize your skill tree, going through the early, mid, and late game. With the addition of being able to reset your skill tree, now is the time to do it and get used to this. The first one is very obvious. This is your new level 80 skill tree. You're going to want Nimble Climber and 5 levels of Marathon Runner, 5 levels of Youthful Lungs. It's going to be your first 10 levels. These skills are detrimental to playing the game completely correct. You need these 2 skills. This is the only thing keeping you alive in this game, which is stamina. And then you're going to want to upgrade Nimble Climber. You never want to actually be vaulting in Ark Raiders. If you're vaulting in Ark Raiders, you're putting yourself in a precarious situation where you're either A, risking your time for putting yourself in a risky position, or B, helping somebody, also putting yourself in a risky situation. You never want to be vaulting, but slip and slide is almost useless, and this has been tested so many times. It is useless. So you don't need this skill, which is going to allow you to carry the momentum. There was a buff to Calming Stroll, which you're actually going to want to get, as you're not going to be actually trying to get Revitalizing Squat. Revitalizing Squat's now useless because of the fact that it worked with the crouch slide animation cancel, which you can find on a guide on my channel with movement and PvP right here. So make sure that you get these as your first 16. Carry the momentum is just too good. After you sprint and dodge roll, sprinting does not consume stamina for a short time, and it has a cooldown. There's a skill in the survival tree I'm going to go over later that nobody talks about. If you have blue shields by this point, this game is a play at your pace matchmaking. If you want to go also look at this video right here, just so you know how to get loot for free. But you're going to want to max out use to the weight if you plan on PvPing, as it is insanely valuable. It is also an S tier perk. I'm not going to be sitting here going into like tier lists on the perks because there's no point in doing that. I think Fight or Flight is one of the best perks in the game. No one ever really used to max this, but combined with Carry the Momentum and many other perks, it's actually really good. So when you're shot by a drone, person, or anything else, you're just given a little bit of a stamina boost. It's like a mini adrenaline shot. A lot of people, you really don't want max broad shoulders. I don't think I'll be getting max broad shoulders unless it's like really late into the wipe. Even me, a player who maximizes the amount of PvP that he does, I don't really need it. The survivor augment is broken and gives you 90 like weight. It's like too much. But you're going to put 3 points into proficient prior. You really don't need more than that. This will just make it so breaching doors and containers is faster. But any more points than that, you really don't need it unless you're like farming the harvester off cooldown. And I don't really know any harvester only players. But you're going to want to get unburdened roll. This just stacks with all of your other movement perks and just make it so you're able to actually, again, get in and out of cover, roll to places that you normally wouldn't be able to. Your shield breaks a lot in this game. It's just like you may as well get it. This is a tier 1 perk. This only costs 1 point. I don't know why this skill tree is outdated, but the other skill trees kind of suck and are very laggy because they have like embeds and stuff. But you're gonna want to get a little extra just for when you open up any container. It's gonna have a chance to give you more items. It's just like, you know, it's just icing on the cake for this insane perk right here, Loaded Arms. Your equipped weapons, both of them, has a less impact on your weight. This is actually better than Broad Shoulders and is a lot less than the needed 5 skill points. You could use it with Broad Shoulders, but if you look at this clip here, I killed someone doing the Blue Gate key room and I sucked up all of his loot and I carried it all out. And if you're carrying more than that, then I guess you're like cheating or something because no one else is doing that. So this is what I would do for the conditioning tree. If you're more into duos and trios, Turtle Crawl is very good. Taxi 2G uses this a lot and he actually posted a clip. I don't think the clip had a lot of value for it personally. I think it's better when we go more into the mobility tree later. I wouldn't get this early, as if you're down, you're probably dead 99% of the time because they're probably throwing trigger nades at you. So people are probably like, why didn't you get in-round crafting sooner? I'm a very skilled player. For the perspective of somebody who's probably watching this video, I would want to get in-round crafting almost immediately after the stamina perks, because this allows you to take free loadouts, and free loadouts are really good. Once you learn how to minimize the amount of materials that you're carrying with you, you'll actually be able to do free loadouts more often. My friend Papatui actually has a really good strategy where he brings in rubber parts with a regular loadout just to craft shield rechargers, so he he can like mimic a free loadout with a medium shield. It's not even really bad either. It's like actually pretty smart. You're gonna want to max out Agile Croucher. I mean, this perk is just too good in my opinion. I mean, you're not using it in solos, duos, or trios, and I don't know what you're doing. You're also gonna want to max out Looter's Instincts. It's just too good. Just too good, man. You're kind of forced to pick either between Silent Scavenger and Revitalizing Squat. I've been seeing people get actually value out of Silent Scavenger, but I feel like if you're not going Calming Stroll, I would just get Revitalizing Squat, which will then unlock the ability for you to get the best perk in the game. While under a healing effect, stamina regeneration is increased. This perk is insane. I rated it S+++++ since the games came out of the womb fresh as a baby. It is broken. It is the best perk in the game for its value. Traveling Tinkerer. This is your biggest power spike in the game. With the recent, everyone's extract camping. Everyone's rushing extracts. If you're playing a day map, which there has been more day maps rather than night recently, along with Cold Snap and other events such as that, everyone is taking hatches. Hatch keys are really easy to craft in-game with sensors that you can find from lockers, but also you can craft them inside your workbench. So it's kind of going to be like if you want it or not, but I think Traveling Tinkerer is really good. I'm personally using more hatch keys this season as the skill level of the game is increasing rapidly and makes it very hard for somebody to play the game normally and take a regular extract without using 500 smoke grenades. This is where we really get into the real juice here, okay? 3 deep breaths. During testing, it takes 5 seconds for your stamina after using an ability such as rolling or anything to start going up again. With this perk, it's 1.6 seconds. I max this out every time, no matter what. I'm fully maxing this. Why, or your rhyme or reason, you need to max it, man. You need to max it. It's just too good. Going into Silent Scavenger into Suffer in Silence, which is essentially Iron Will from Dead by Daylight, while you're critically hurt, your movement makes less noise. I actually used it here and I was able to kill somebody, but you're going to get 1 perk of Broad Shoulders. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do Broad Shoulders, but Looter's Luck is too good. So you're going to want to max that out to 5. This in tandem with Looter's Instincts will allow you to absorb a body and become a Skinwalker within seconds. This is insane for free loadouts or trying to re-kit or trying to escape from a precarious situation. This in combination with smoke grenades allows you to, this perk along with a smoke grenade allows you to do unspeakable things to this guy's corpse, okay? I'm talking you're grabbing his entire inventory in seconds, even with a little smoke grenade, just in case you really need to grab some items and go. This is really good. This just improves the amount of time that's going to take you to get across the map. You save a bunch of time with this in your pathing. This is really it for this skill tree. I wouldn't really go into Stubborn Mule or Broad Shoulders. I might not even get Traveling Tinkerer. But at this point, you're gonna have 15 skill points left. You're gonna put 5 into Effortless Roll, which was recently buffed. We all knew this was bugged, so they stopped PvP players from shitting on newbies. Then you're gonna get 5 points into Heroic Leap. Then you're gonna get 5 points into Crawl Before You Walk. This Crawl Before You Walk, when you're down, you crawl faster. With a Survivor augment, makes you able to actually crawl the extracts quite often. I die to a lot of really stupid things sometimes, and it's really not my fault. Really, like, this allows you to really do a lot of things. A, you can grief someone trying to steal all your loot and crawl fast. Or B, if you have a survivor augment like I do constantly, sometimes I die to things where I can crawl away from somebody and actually make my way to an extract. And this makes it obscenely quick. There's not really anything else in the skill tree that's very important, and I wish there was more to go over, but this is going to be your meta skill tree. You won't need any more than Broad Shoulders because everyone's going to have augments with the new blueprint buff. This is going to be your complete meta build. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, as I have plenty of guides on my channel, and I have a money making guide and a new video coming out tomorrow. So I hope you guys stay up to date and enjoy me on my Twitch stream. Have a good one.